What's up, guys? We're back. We're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. That was basically what happens is someone leaves the live stream. If they hit one button, it ends the broadcast completely, and if they hit the other button, it just has them exit the live stream. So basically, what happened is someone ended the broadcast when trying to leave instead of just leaving the stream in general. So that broadcast got screwed. Our bad. Won't happen again. We will be better. But hopefully everyone comes back in. We're not leaving. Don't worry. Yes, done.
It rhymes with Schmalston smell.
Yes, it does. It does rhyme with Schmalston smell. So if you didn't hear what I said, that was an accidental live stream ending right there. So come back in. We're not going anywhere. We're still here. We'll still talk. My goodness.
That's so funny.
Bad timing too. Bad timing.
I know. We had a good amount of people watching too. But anyway, here we go. Let's throw it to Mark. What's been the latest with today's NCAA tournament before tip-off starts here?
It's been a little bit less chaotic than yesterday. Yesterday had a lot more underdogs playing with teams. A lot of the games have kind of been, typical higher seeds pull away as the game goes along. Kind of seeing the same thing go on with Iowa, Grand Canyon. It seems like it's been a good tournament in terms of a lot of close games, but today it's been a little less crazy than yesterday for sure.
Nice. I'm rooting for Grand Canyon here. I've got Grand Canyon on before tip-off. I have a bit of a problem. Philp is a channel I don't subscribe to, so I don't think I can watch the damn game. I don't know what that means. Does anybody know?
It's not on the main NBC Sports Philadelphia. It's on like NBC Sports Philadelphia.
It's on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because the Flyers are playing.
Gotcha.
Just another reason for me to have my vendetta against the Philadelphia Flyers.
Man, oh man, the Flyers are struggling right now.
Listen, I can get y'all a little thing I got that's pretty cheap, and I can watch whatever I want.
No, I have the game. I'm fine, but
I'm just being honest.
He knows a guy. He knows a guy.
He knows a guy. He knows a guy.
He's got the stuff.
I got $15 for a lot. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, guys. Where are we at?
Listen, we're so knocked off of our game.
I know. I'm kind of like I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get back into this mindset. The Sixers are playing the Kings. We're at a watch party for that game, and we were talking about trades before that where we went. We'll wait for anyone to put in the comments if they want to talk about that again until we have that conversation. But about this game in general, obviously we said before, Ben Simmons is out, Seth Curry's out, Joel Embiid obviously is out. So tonight is gonna look interesting. It's gonna look interesting, like Austin and Jason were talking about with the defense that the Sixers need to play and how Matisse Thybulle needs to play well against De'Aaron tonight if that win is going to come out. I personally feel here comes Austin. Hey, Austin.
The guy who did that must have been a total schmuck. That's all I'm saying.
You're officially Austin Schmell.
Yes.
NBA Schmell.
Yeah.
and then he leaves.
Before I do any more damage, I'm going to leave.
Oh, man.
My goodness. When we went from having almost 50 viewers to having 9. My goodness.
So great. All right. Yeah, so obviously no Seth, no Curry, or no Seth, no Joel, no Ben. The 3-point shooting of Furkan, Matisse really needs to be hitting threes. But the matchup that we were talking about during our previous show, like a few minutes ago, was I think Matisse Thybulle versus De'Aaron Fox. I think that is the matchup to watch in this game. Matisse is going to be shadowing Fox probably the entire game, you smell. And the way you see Thybulle's defense recently has been outstanding. But De'Aaron Fox is relentless. The Sixers still don't have a guy that's going to be able to protect the paint. I think that's really the nuts and bolts, the meat and potatoes of this game. Whoever
Meat and potatoes.
Whoever does the most damage in the paint wins this game. The Sacramento Kings are the worst in the NBA in giving up points in the paint. Tony Bradley, Dwight Howard, Tobias, do work, guys. Do work in the paint, and hopefully the Sixers shooters show up and can score here, because the Sacramento Kings are a laughable defensive team.
Yeah, and the scoring is what's key here, obviously, like you were saying, especially the 3-point shooting. We noticed when I was it against the Bulls that it was just Tobias Harris. Oh, that is loud, whatever that is. What is happening?
I'm not sure.
What was that?
I don't know.
I didn't hear it. It might have been me. I didn't hear anything.
Okay, I was so confused. I was like, what was that? No, so, my goodness. What was I saying?
The 3-point shooting of the Sixers.
Yes, 3-point shooting. We played the Bulls the other day. Tobias Harris obviously played really well, but also you had the shooters going off that night, and that's really what we need tonight. If I can tell you right now, if the shooters are not hitting in the first and the Kings jump out on us, I don't think that it's going to be really tough to come back. It's going to be really tough.
Is the Kings are on their 5th game of a 6-game road swing.
Yeah.
So hopefully they have some tired legs there, and you just saw right there, finishing short. That's what
I didn't see that, but that's
Ooh,
nice.
Am I ahead of you?
You know you're ahead of me. I'm at school.
And there we go. All right, let's go, Sixers. Let's do this, baby. Come on, big W. Big W.
It's pretty crazy that we were still a 4.5-point favorite when this game closed.
Really?
Even after the Ben Simmons news. Yeah, it went from 6.5 to 4.5. I go ahead.
I was just say that just tells you that the Sacramento defense is that bad.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I mean, if you really think about it, the people that we have on the floor are like, none of them are like actually, no, I'm gonna stop talking. I was about to say none of them are like terrible on offense, but like Matisse obviously hasn't shown a lot offensively, like throughout like his career, I guess so far. Danny Green is, you never really know what you're gonna get with him on a day-to-day basis. Tony Bradley, you never really know. So really, the only two that like have been somewhat consistent are Shake and Tobias, and even Shake hasn't been that consistent.
No, Shake definitely hasn't been consistent enough, but it would definitely help that. Oh, there's Danny Green 3.
Yep.
Danny Green, it'll definitely, if he goes 1 for 10 or 6 for 14, that'll definitely greatly change the impact he has on the game, obviously. But there's no real, you have no idea until he starts shooting. Oh, there you go. Good start for the Sixers there, 11-2 run to start the game.
By the way, this is Mark.
Oh, you guys are on 11-2 run. I'm on a 6-2 run right now. This is nice.
Mark,
should I pause?
This is your first watch party, right?
Yeah, this is my first one. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think the notifications are going out. What does that mean?
I don't know. I was just checking.
I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, it seems to be out.
Oh wait, Dunder, do you have us on post notifications on YouTube? Dunder, if you do, please tell me, because that's awesome.
Wow, man. 13-2 run here by the good guys, led by just capped off by Matisse Thybulle, alley-oop dunk, lob from Danny Green. My goodness, man. Sixers are up 11-2. 11-2 run.
Oh, Matisse with the jam. I love to see that 30 to 40 seconds after it happens.
We just talked about the Sixers shooters need to show up here. And right now, 3 of 3 from 3-point range. Tobias Harris, Danny Green's got a couple. Can we talk about Danny Green a little bit? Can we talk a little bit about Danny Green? Because
can we talk about this for a second? This is what I love. Dunder's got our post notifications on YouTube. See that's I need everyone who's watching to do that. What's up, Ben?
What's going on, Ben? Always a regular. We are back. EEC says.
Sorry.
Matisse's wingspan is ridiculous. That's the matchup, man. You watch
6'5" body, 7-foot wingspan.
Absolutely ridiculous defensive player. So that's the matchup that we all need to be watching. Matisse versus De'Aaron Fox. Sixers off to a really strong start here, connecting on 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3-point range, and then 4 field goals, 4 assists. That's Sixers basketball, baby. Let's go.
Oh my God. I didn't even realize that Rudy Gobert's wingspan is 7'8".
Oh, it's wild.
That's insane.
correct. And Mo Bamba's is 7'10".
What about Giannis?
Giannis, I think he's around the 7'2" markish. Oh, I'm looking. Hold on. I was curious, so I just looked up wingspans.
Yeah, so hopefully this is a sign of things to come because, like we said, the Kings are on the 5th of their 6-game road swing. Hopefully they're just kind of it's at home where the Sixers are clearly the strongest. Hopefully we get a very efficient game today, despite no Seth, no Joel, no Ben Simmons. Good day, Ben. Matisse with a pterodactyl wingspan. What is Brandon Ingram's? Any idea, Justin?
Giannis is 7'3". Brandon Ingram wingspan. I'm assuming he's probably about 7'3" too. 7'3", yeah.
7'3", yeah.
Dude, Taco Fall's wingspan is 8 feet 2 inches.
You guys know Shake Milton's?
Shake Milton's 7 foot. I know that one.
Yep, yeah.
Probably. I've been to some
And
pretty.
Ben Simmons is normal. The Ben Simmons is actually, for his size, doesn't have a big wingspan. Ben Simmons is he's 6'10" with like a 6'11" wingspan or something like that. Like he's not the super freak of nature for how big he is. If that's what that's what I mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when people say stuff about like how does Giannis, like Giannis and him are pretty similar in size, how does he dominate him so much down low, or at least in years prior? And it's simply just because Giannis's arms are long as hell. Like that's pretty much the only reason. He can just put his arm above him. It's literally all it is.
Top 5 moment of my life, basketball wise, was covering the Blue Coats game when Chris Kumaji went up against Taco Fall. Those two guys were the 2 biggest people I've ever seen in my life, and standing next to those guys on the court was like so intimidating. It was like just laughable how big those guys. Taco Fall is the biggest guy I've ever seen. Period.
And Aaron Gordon still didn't win the dunk contest for dunking over him. That cost me money. I'm still butthurt about that.
Oh no, guys!
It cost me money. He says
the Sixers are balling right now, guys. They
really are
firing, clicking on all cylinders on offense. My goodness, man! Woo!
Don't worry, they'll slow down.
Hey! Watch it. We do have another edition of Name That Sixer tonight.
Oh Lord.
Yep. Mark,
Okay.
do you know what that is?
Oh, he definitely. No.
I can use context clues to figure it out. I imagine there's a Sixer and I have to name it.
I will say it's not always a Sixer. It's not. It's called Name That Sixer, but it can be named that pretty much anything.
Yeah. let me say, we are going out of left field tonight. So.
Oh Lord! Like, oh wait, hold on. Out of left, is that a hint?
No. Well, it could be.
Tony Bradley looking good tonight.
Oh.
Tony Bradley is the best center in the league.
Build around him. We've seen
Listen,
it.
JoJo said it best. Hi, Ben. Ben, why are you saying can't wait? Hey, Justin. I'm confused. Our Australian man, Ben Butler, is confusing me today.
I mean, the biggest takeaway so far is the Sixers offense. It shouldn't be. I think you nailed it, Mark. Like the line didn't move here, even with Ben Simmons out of this game. The Sacramento Kings are the worst defensive team in the NBA, and it's showing so far. The Sixers are 8 of 13 from the field.
Yeah, Tony. You get at our old backup. You get at him.
Dude, Tobias just looks so much more confident when he's facing guys up this year. It's
I know,
crazy.
right? Isn't it
It's
great?
just crazy.
Oh,
It's like we're watching a different guy.
Ben can't wait for name that Sixer.
He can't wait for me to look stupid. I see what he's saying.
You're going to do really well, Justin. I think this
Okay.
is your.
Is it shoes again? Is that why you're saying that?
No, I think this is your wheelhouse.
Okay.
I think so.
See, I think we've said that before, and that's been really bad. So hopefully, it's my wheelhouse. We did a baseball one, and I thought I was gonna get it all, and then he was like putting stuff up before the Phillies even won a World Series when I was like probably like 6 or 7 years old. So I was like, dude, I don't know who these guys are.
Danny Green just pulled a TJ McConnell stealing the inbounds pass.
Nah.
Is that what we call that now?
That's what I call it. TJ McConnell used to do that like once a game.
Are you a TJ McConnell sympathizer?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a TJ McConnell guy. Not on necessarily that we should kept him on the team. He didn't fit with Ben Simmons, but he's absolutely a good backup point guard in the NBA.
Oh yeah, I agree. I don't think he was. Well, this is his best season to date. Obviously, I mean, he's leading the league in steals right now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like he's leading the NBA in steals.
Man, is this good stuff or what? Sixers are up 27-12 here. Sixers have 7 fast break points, 10 points in the paint already. They have 7 assists on 10 made field goals. Again, this is an unbelievable offensive performance here in the first quarter. Guys, if you're watching, let's play the guessing game. What was the most amount of points the Sixers have scored in a first quarter? Let us know in the comment section. If you get it right, you win 10,000 TPL points and a free subscription to thepaintlines.com.
I want a free subscription.
Except for Austin doesn't get the free subscription.
Yeah, no, Austin sucks. Okay. So I'm looking. This is Basketball Reference. I'm looking at the leaderboards. I'm looking at the leaderboards for it. So yeah, right here, steals. Steals. He's got 70 right now. He is in front of everyone. Here's the crazy thing to me is the fact that Matisse Thybulle is ranked 6th right now. Behind everyone else on this list is a starter besides TJ.
Wow, I have a really fun fact here.
What?
Ben Butler gets it right. The correct answer, the most amount of points the Sixers have scored in the first quarter was against the Sacramento Kings, 42. Good job, Ben.
He looked it up. He's a cheater.
Against the Sacramento Kings. That's really cool.
4 of the top 7 guys who lead the league in steals are former or current Sixers.
Yeah.
Not per game. Or wait, yeah, still per game. Yeah.
This is per game right here. TJ's leading it there. You got Covington, Thybulle's right there too. Simmons.
Drew.
What's up?
Drew Holiday.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think about Drew.
Ages ago.
Yeah, what was it? I was thinking. Steal percentage. McConnell's also leading that right there.
Jimmy Butler too.
Yep. So
he's been playing fantastic, by the way, as of late. Jimmy Butler. If he didn't miss so many games, he'd be right in the MVP conversation.
Jimmy Butler is the worst. Okay, we're not going to.
I can't, dude. You're talking to the right person. I can't stand him, but he's incredible.
I actually like Jimmy Butler. I'm not gonna lie. When he was here and the kind of relationship that Joel and him had, I like that year. I low-key was like, I am, and mind you, this is before I knew the amount about basketball that I do now. But the just pure stupid basketball fan in my mind was like, I would be okay with trading Ben and letting Toby walk and just get going out and getting a scoring point guard and then having Jimmy and Joel be our centerpieces. But that was before what's up?
I did not want to do that.
Yeah, but before that was before I understood like everything, like just what Ben brings to basketball besides just what the stats say and everything like that. I really had to start breaking down the game a lot more and talking to educated basketball people.
Not us.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Butler, it's hard to really talk anything about Jimmy Butler because the fact that he took a team to the finals last year. I do think it was a bit of a fluke in terms of the bubble. It was a perfect situation, but I don't think we made the wrong decision by going with Ben Simmons over Jimmy Butler. If that's like the
I don't think you
That's
can
the
say that
barometer,
anymore at all. I think
Yeah.
that could have been a conversation 2 years ago when it happened initially. Other than that, I don't think there's much of a conversation. Ben Simmons, although is not as good of a just if you want to talk about just like scorer, like Jimmy can score in the mid range. He can take it to the rim. He can play make. Like he can do a lot of different things on offense. But overall, if you're saying like who you want on the team right now, you're taking Ben Simmons. If you don't, you're crazy.
Agreed.
Not a good question. Willie Robinson says Danny Green, Shake Milton, and a first-round pick for Norman Powell. Any thoughts on that, guys?
I don't really see why Toronto would want to do that with how good Norman
And also,
Powell's been.
is Powell worth that? Does Powell have that much money?
He did get a contract. I think he makes like 11, 12 a year. Would be my
Okay,
guess.
then either way that doesn't work then because Green's making almost 15 and Shake's making at least 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So
you could
either way,
probably.
you can do that.
I'm sure Toronto's got like a $3 or $4 million per year guy who they could throw in there
Well,
theoretically.
yeah, I'm just saying in general for just Powell. But
I don't.
if I was to get someone from Toronto, I'd rather get Chris Boucher.
Oh, now you're
I know that
talking
would
my
never
language.
happen. I know that would never happen, but Chris Boucher, man. He is literally the exact like can protect the rim, but can also stretch the floor kind of guy you'd want to put on the court with Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I love Boucher. I think Boucher is. There's times where I watch Toronto where I feel like Boucher is a scarier long-term piece for them than Pascal is. Like I just think Boucher has really, really high upside, and it's insane that Toronto just finds every guy like that. They're just incredible.
I just have my nightmares of that one game where he just started like nailing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Could not miss.
Yeah, he's really, really good. I think they found another guy they got OG they found late, Van Vliet they found late, Pascal they found late, Boucher. It just doesn't end with them. Powell, even Norman Powell.
See, Dunder, I feel like personally attacked here. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel very personally attacked. I'm offended. And I think I may need to kick you.
33-17 is the update.
Yeah, I got 31-15 right now.
That's
now
not
it's
bad.
33-15. Tony Bradley just got a bucket on the inside.
Matisse just got bullied a little bit there. Oh, it didn't matter.
Don't talk about Matisse like that, okay? He doesn't.
I love him.
Matisse bullies everybody else. I honestly you can't tell me like that there isn't a lot of NBA players offensively that just when they see Matisse come onto the floor like ugh.
That LeBron, it's like the LeBron thing when Kawhi came back into the game years ago.
That has to be a legitimate thing. Like with other guards in the NBA, or even forwards, it's like you got to be like, I'm getting guarded by Matisse now. God damn it. Like, what was I gonna say? Like Jordan Clarkson the other day, when Jordan Clarkson was was getting like wrecked by Matisse in that Jazz game when we beat them right before the trade deadline, right before the All-Star break. That was like, to me, last time the Sixers played the Jazz, he went off for 40 because they didn't have Matisse on him that much. All of a sudden they throw him on him and he has 10 points in a game. I think that easily says something about Matisse Thybulle.
We have EEC says Tyrese Maxey is checking in. So this is going to be fun because Tyrese Maxey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the last 6 games, Maxey hasn't played more than 10 minutes. So here we go.
Trade rumors.
Nah, I don't.
Trade rumors. I don't think that's why either. I think it's purely because he just doesn't fit in some ways right now with his 3-point shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I think they want to get Shake that more experience at that backup point guard spot if that is what they're going to do. And when Shake is at that point guard spot to stretch the court more, you like having Maxey at that 2 guard is not as beneficial as having Korkmaz or even a Thibault, just because Thibault brings more defensively.
Yep. We have this question. You can just show your shirt, Justin.
Huh?
You can just show your shirt.
Shippensburg University. Shippensburg. It also says it on my hat.
I almost went to Shippensburg.
What?
Yeah. You're probably glad you didn't.
Yeah, Kutztown was fine, but I mean, it's the same thing pretty much.
See, I live I live like 20, 30 minutes from Kutztown, so I wasn't really wanting to go to Kutztown. So
you weren't desperate to stay in Berks County?
I mean, not that literally nothing against Berks County. I actually do like where I live, but and I don't mind my family either. I just wanted to get away a little bit more.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure.
Also, Shippensburg sports are better, so it's fun.
They probably are, yeah. They probably are.
The basketball team here is a lot of fun to watch.
Kutztown had 1 year when I was there that they were pretty good at basketball, I think.
It was probably when oh my goodness, I probably even know who the guy is who was really good there too, because there was specifically a guy I knew that came out of Reading that was good that played there.
Yeah, McGinty always talks about him.
Yeah.
But I got to see Lonnie at Reading, so that was fun.
Yeah, Lonnie Walker's been in my house when I lived in college.
Yeah, I remember you said that on a live stream the other day. I saw. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, don't say anything because that could be bad for him. But
yeah.
But that I honestly, when we ended up getting Zaire Smith that year, I was so upset. I was like, I could understand getting Mikal Bridges. I'm like, Mikal Bridges is like a perfect fit for this team. Defense, 3-point shooting, I get it. But as soon as we picked Zaire Smith, I was like, come on. Dude, do you guys watch the Spurs at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watch the Spurs purely just because I like keeping up with Lonnie's game. Dude, I think Lonnie's going to be good. Like, I really do. Oh, yeah. I think Lonnie can shoot. He can pull up. He can dunk on anybody, in my opinion. That man can hop. Like, did you guys see the replay? Like, there was a highlight going around last year where Lonnie went up and easily could have dunked it on somebody. Like, easily. But he ended up just going up for, like, a little jelly. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, my God, dude. If he would have put him on a poster, that would have been everywhere.
Yeah, the Spurs have a bunch of wings right now. That it's going to be interesting to see who breaks out and who ends up having to get moved or whatever it may be because, you got Lonnie Walker, you got Keldon Johnson, you got
Keldon Johnson's already kind of surfaced for them. I think they like him a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Devin Vassell. I never know how to pronounce that last
Vassell.
name.
I think it's Vassell. But Vassell hasn't panned out as well as I think they thought he was going to so far.
He's pretty young, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously. But if Lonnie Walker becomes available, or that's a guy who I think maybe not like my mind with Lonnie Walker goes straight to like a Jordan Clarkson type player. And I like maybe not as good at 3-point shooting as of right now, but like with the mid-range game, with the finishing around the rim, like that's what my head goes straight to. Athletic as hell.
I would love DeJounte Murray in Philly. I would love that.
DeJounte Murray?
Yeah.
You combined Maury and Murray right there.
What did I say?
You said DeJounte. You said like Morey.
Did I say Morey?
Yeah. No, DeJounte Murray is one of my favorite players.
I doubled him up in the first quarter. Wow.
So I used to play a lot of 2K before I started doing stuff with TPL. And DeJounte Murray, if I did like a draft or anything like that, he was a guy that I would try to get on my team because he was cheap. He was a low enough overall that he was in the draft later in the draft, but he's a stat stuffer. The guy can get you 8 rebounds, 10 assists, and 15, 16 points easily. Great point guard, I think.
So that's really funny. The Sixers tied the most points they have scored in a first quarter against the Kings. The previous time was the Kings in Sacramento. It's
who was playing that game? Did we have everybody?
That's a great question. I have it right here.
I'm definitely curious.
Yep. All right, Embiid had 25 points. Harris had 22 points. Ben Simmons had 14, 9, and 7. So everyone was playing.
Wow.
Everyone was playing. They shot 9 of 20 from 3. So they were clicking that game. But that was a very high scoring game. Sixers won that 119 to 111. So obviously it's a different type of game here.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say now let's see what happens because we blew a 20-point lead the other night. so we shall see.
Wasn't that the game Joel went down in and then came back? Like he went down and scared the crap out of all of us and then came back in that game in the first quarter and went nuts?
No, that was the Bucks game where we were down, but where we were up and then Giannis just destroyed us.
When he came right back. No, I think it actually happened twice. I think he went down and that Kings
twice. I'm just thinking of the most recent one.
Yeah, no. This was a while ago. This was a while back, yeah.
Iowa just won against Grand. That sucks.
Wait, what's the official? Oh, they won by covered.
Did you get your bet?
Go. Yeah, they covered. They lost by 10. So they hit plus 15.5. So I'm actually 3-0 to start the day.
Nice.
Yo, my bracket is actually like doing okay, or at least it was. I'm gonna go look again.
I'm killing it.
My keys of the game was dominate points in the paint here to beat the Kings. Sixers have 20 of their 42 points here in the paint. 21 points by Tobias and Danny Green combined. They are 6 of 8 from 3. Unbelievable.
To me, that's the difference right there. If this 3-point shooting wasn't as good as it is right now, this game would be a lot tougher for us.
10 assists
for the Sixers.
10 assists of 16 made field goals. So the Sixers are just playing lights out right now. Playing lights out. And that's really kind of been what we talked about during the pregame show was how bad that Sacramento Kings defense is. And I know it sucks that Ben is not playing tonight, but the Kings defense is that bad.
I gotta find the link.
All right, what games are going on right now, Mark? Who's playing?
Maryland and UConn. Maryland's up 13 with 12 minutes left. Mizzou, Oklahoma. Oklahoma is up 4 with 18 minutes left. Ohio and Virginia. Virginia's up 5 with 12 minutes left. And yeah, Iowa. I don't think that game went final yet. They're up 10. So I really hope that I didn't prematurely celebrate that cover, but I think there's 30 seconds left up 10, so they're definitely going to foul. So, oh man.
I'm trying to log. What do you mean? Hold on. I'm trying to log into this ESPN thing.
Ian says he's only got 4 losses in his bracket.
Wow, Ian. Wow. Okay. Acting like you're better than everybody I see.
Is there any? I wonder if there's any.
I don't like Ian anymore. I used to like Ian. Me and Ian aren't friends anymore.
Mark, I used to be so into March Madness, man. I was like you when I was younger. Like I studied it so hard, and no matter how hard I studied it, I was always like not great with making picks.
Yeah,
and it always would frustrate me.
I've won a couple pools, so I have a way higher opinion of myself in these in these things. For like, I could never win another one, but because I've won 2 in my life, I can be like, oh, there's keys to how you win these pools. But what I think it's I think mainly I'm doing it for like gambling purposes for just single game situations more so than the entire bracket. But yeah, I mean I just love. This is the best. Like March Madness is the best. Yeah. Like I think it's incredible.
Uh-huh.
But what's even better is the Sixers being up 25 right now.
Steven says the only reason we lost to the Bucks was the schedule and fatigue. Our defense was awesome. Would they give up like 31 points in a half or something like that?
Yeah, it was bad. Like it wasn't even just the giving up. It was our offense just went to shit. Like it was just bad. I'm having a hard time finding. What's our group name? What's our group name again?
The Painted Lines.
Is it anything capital?
TP and L.
Okay, cool.
Thunderdew says I was rooting for Georgetown, but they got crushed by Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado looked really good. They looked really, really impressive. It looks like I've also only gotten 4 wrong so far.
Nice.
Game
Game of the tournament so far was that Oral Roberts versus Ohio State, right?
For sure, yeah.
I was just like standing up and like rooting for who is that? O'Banner or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I forget his name. It's crazy. I can't remember it right now. I have way too many names up in my head. Florida Virginia Tech was a really good one yesterday to start off the tournament because it went to overtime. Oral Roberts Ohio State was the game of the day. I'm trying to think if there's anything else even really close. Rutgers Clemson was really fun, but it was like a defensive game. It's like 1950s basketball.
It's looking like the whole west side of my bracket's good.
God, this is gonna be bad. All right, I'll look at my bracket. It's
the east side, the only one that's I'm trying to look still. Hold on. What am I looking at?
Okay, Iowa went final now. Iowa won by 12, so I did cover officially.
The east side, the only thing I had Winthrop beating Villanova, just because I thought that might have been an upset. I had Purdue beating North Texas. Not that really matters because I have Baylor. I have Arkansas beating them eventually. So then I had Ohio State beating Oral Roberts. I had Georgia Tech beating Loyola, Tennessee beating Oregon, and I had San Diego State beating Syracuse. But other than that, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses. Of course, all of them are in like the South and Midwest. Like other than that, I've gotten all good in the beginning.
I have 11 losses.
What the hell are you doing?
I mean, I'm pretty busy.
Oh, the busy excuse. I got you.
Oh, that's definitely inside.
I just listened to some of Mark's Mark's tough cover podcast stuff, and then just for stuff I didn't know about, and I was like, okay, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I've done pretty well. I had some scares. Arkansas was as a team I really put my faith behind, and they were not looking good for the first half. But it almost like gave them the opportunity to show why I like them, how much I like them, because the 5 minutes to close the first half and then the 5 minutes to close the second half were just excellent. Throw the Aaron Fox out of the game. He's being mouthy. Get him out of here. No, just because it would help us. They gave him a T.
Steven says the Kings don't want none. Ferg hurt his wrist again. He's in the game for me, so I might have missed that. CJ says Danny Green has stepped back. The Kings should throw in the towel. Mark my words. This is Steven. The biggest loss will be Sam Cassell. He's going to be a great head coach. Ian says, who do you guys have winning it all? Are we allowed to reveal that, Mark? Is that cool?
Yeah, of course.
All right. I've got –
of course.
I went chalk. I went Gonzaga. Who do you got?
So I said on the podcast, Gonzaga is by far the most likely team to win the tournament, and I don't think that in the last 5 or 6 years there's been a team as likely to win the tournament as Gonzaga. But I don't think you can. I think it's tough to win big money pools or huge pools with like 100+ people in it with Gonzaga. So I went with Arkansas for most of my pools. I did do one with Gonzaga as well. So my 2 picks would be Gonzaga and Arkansas as a little bit of a dark horse.
Okay. Justin, who you got?
I have
Temple University.
No, Temple's trash. No, I'm messing with you. I got Shippensburg University winning. Yeah, no, I have Gonzaga as well. I went typical, but honestly, they had and part of it was because what Mark was saying on the Tough Cover Pod is that they just have such an easy route. Like their route to get there, it just seems like it's a cakewalk. Especially now that like some of the teams that went down, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know. Same thing with like it surprised me that Villanova, and I saw some stuff on Twitter about this, but Villanova has a chance to go actually do something now because that certain teams lost. So that kind of surprised me as well.
Yeah, matchup with North Texas looks nice for sure.
What time's that game tomorrow?
I think it's like 9. It could be 8:45. I don't know where I just put my phone. There we go.
We've got kind of going back to the Kings Sixers here. De'Aaron Fox has started the game 1 of 5 for 3 points in 13 minutes. Rashawn Holmes looks absolutely terrible in this game. I love Holmes, but my goodness, man, he has no touch around the basket. He's getting destroyed defensively. So that's been some of the takeaways with the Kings here. Ooh, all right, and we had a nice 3 there by Buddy. Ooh. Good defense by Danny Green, though.
Yeah. Talk about a guy that would look good in a Sixers jersey. Buddy Hield right there.
No, I'm not a Buddy.
No,
I like Buddy Hield.
Disgusting.
I like Buddy Hield. I don't think you'd have to give up much to get him. But I also don't think he makes sense at this current time. Well, I mean, his contract's not that crazy. He makes what, 17 a year, 18 a year.
I do not. I used to, like, this is once again one of those things where, like, last year or 2 years ago, before I knew much about basketball, like before I like watched basketball like religiously, I was like, Buddy, he'll be perfect. He'd be so much better than JJ Redick here. Da, 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 da. Dude, now that I've seen like what a legit like a guy who like now I've seen Seth Curry when he's hot, what he can do for us. I just much rather have a guy who can do a little bit more at that guard position than just have a guy who just pulls from everywhere. Like,
what does Seth Curry do? By the way, Seth Curry is like my favorite player on the team, but what is Seth Curry doing more of than Buddy Hield? Just out of curiosity.
Seth Curry can play make a lot, in my opinion, a lot better than Buddy can. Just when it comes to, like, for instance, if Ben Simmons isn't on the floor or Ben Simmons is out, Seth Curry has shown that he's capable of taking over a lot of ball handling control. Especially in that win against the Bulls. Buddy
Hield's averaged more assists than Seth Curry over the last 5 years.
That's fine. I guess for me it's more the eye test. I've watched a lot of Buddy Hield and just in this season and from what I saw, like I also wanted Seth Curry on this team for the past when Seth Curry first signed his contract with the Mavericks. I was so sad when Seth Curry signed that contract with the Mavericks. I was like, God damn it! Like, because in my head I'm like, and Seth Curry fits perfectly next to Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And not even yes, he can run around picks, but to me it's more the catch and shoot that I care about rather than even running around. Obviously the offense has changed since Doc's come in, but either way, I always love Seth. And when we got him, I'm not kidding. I jumped out of my seat. Like,
me too.
On draft night when we traded for him, I wanted Tyrell Terry.
Same.
In the second round, I was really hoping that we would somehow be able to grab him. But as soon as we traded for Seth Curry, I did not care. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, he's on a 4-year deal. He's shooting one of the best shooters in the league. He's proven. I'm like, I love it.
I was
go ahead.
So drunk because we did a watch party for the NBA draft. And you, like, keep in mind, like, I took off work that day. I was drinking by noon. Like, by the second round, because the trade didn't break till, like, the top of the second round-ish. And I was, like, gone. And I remember Rob, like, freaking out about the trade because he wanted Seth Curry so bad, too. Like, that was one of his main guys. And I was so gone at the point. If you go back and watch the NBA draft watch party, like, I was, like, stunned. I thought Rob was straight up lying to me and like, trying to, like, just prank me or something like that. But that was an awesome trade, man.
It's funny because as soon as I saw Josh Richardson going to the Mavericks, I literally called it. Like I was sitting there, I'm like, wait, that money. I'm like, hold on, that's perfect. I'm like,
it's
oh
funny.
God, I'm like, is he gonna do it?
So on my podcast, right after the Sixers lost to the Celtics, back in the day when I was doing my podcast, just recording it straight onto my laptop, but we did a podcast doing a trade with every single team in the league.
Cool.
And I this is months before the NBA draft. I proposed Seth Curry for Josh Richardson, and I was basically like, "Nah, the Mavs won't do it," but I would love to see it. Like, and then it happened. Yeah,
that's funny because I was always my thought too. Is I'm like, who's gonna legitimately like trade like a good shooter for Josh Richardson? That was always my thought as well. And to be honest, just if you just look at it numbers wise, it made sense for the Mavericks because of how crazy good their offense was last year and how they needed a guy who come in and basically just be a good wing defender. And think they learned the hard way that Josh Richardson is definitely overrated on the defensive end. I mean, we saw that in the first few games with us is like he's advertised as a guy who can play make, can shoot the mid-range shot, can plays really hard defense. It has good length and size to go up against good wing players. And I saw none of that when we had him.
He's just a jack of all trades, master of none type player. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It worked really well in Miami being the fifth guy on a team of a lot of role players, and it worked really well being a middle of the East team. But when he had expectations levied on him, where he's the fourth guy on like a team that has championship hopes, especially on a team that needs shooting so badly, like last year's team did, he might even make a little more sense on this year's team. But it was just not the right fit.
I think Matisse kind of just takes the exact role that he pretty much had. Like he's a better defender. Sure, he's not creating a shot and everything like that, but you have other guys who can do that now. Like Shake, I think Matisse and Shake have kind of taken over the role that Josh played last year with us. Like Shake has kind of turned into that more like going around picks and like on ball going around picks and getting to the rim and shooting the mid-range shot. And then you have Matisse just guarding the best players typically on the bench unit.
I want to throw a shout out to this comment by Steven. We just have a winning attitude. And another shout out to Mike Small, who was talking about his predictions for this game. And he said last year this would have been a 30-point blowout with no Ben, no Joel. You don't have your best three-point shooter, although that was what Korkmaz last year. That tells you where we were. But anyway, the Sixers are up 19 points here halfway through the second quarter, and Tobias is completely locked into this game. He just looks as confident as ever right now. He just looks so smooth with the ball in his hands, attacking the basket, pulling up. He's just locked in. This is the Tobias show, and we're going for a ride.
How have you felt about Tyrese Maxey's minutes so far this game, being that we haven't really seen him in a while?
I'm happy about it. I mean, he's doing pretty well. I think he's playing okay.
Yeah, he looks like he belongs.
He had like back-to-back buckets the first two offensive possessions. Hasn't had anything since then, but he's already about to like hit the 10-minute mark, which he hasn't done a lot in the last several weeks.
Yeah.
So it's good. I'm really happy to see Tyrese out there.
I can agree with that. I can agree. I just
minus 21.
I just really hope that Tyrese can get his perimeter game, like evolve that, because if he can do that, man, he's going to be dangerous.
Steven says Rob Lange must be loving the Tony Bradley renaissance. 100%. Something about UNC basketball players. I don't really get it. Aram said, talking about getting robbed of Seth Curry. I guess he's a Dallas Mavericks fan. Did I miss that, Aram? I'm not sure what that is, but CJ says Maxey is better than Shake at the moment. Did you guys see the Shake play like a few moments ago where he tried to like dribble behind his back and just like fell in face? That was a bad look, man. That looked bad. This is not that cool, calm, and collected Shake Milton we have seen over the last several years.
It sucks because like coming into the season, I had such high expectations of Shake. Like I literally was saying, I'm like, he's the next Lou Williams. Like he's gonna be our sixth man of the year. Him and Dwight Howard. It's gonna be a Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. Like I was like had such high expectations for him based off of how he ended last season and how he looked preseason, and it just did not happen.
Look at that. Steal another deflection by Danny Green. Danny Green has been outstanding tonight. And there we go, Shake. There we go, boy. Get some confidence going, man. That's what we needed. Steven says, a little too predictable with his move to the left. Way too predictable. So, yeah, I mean, the catch and shoot, everything is just across the board down for Shake Milton this season. It's been a tough go. He had a little bit of a stretch of success, but it's not happening right now. So right now he's 2 of 9 from the field, which is weird because like out of a team that like how many times have we praised whether it's this watch party or Party on Broad, other shows like the one of the biggest strengths of this team has been the role players knowing their role. And Shake's kind of been left in the dust with that a little bit. I think he's like the one guy that is like really, truly struggling to find himself. And it's been weird. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think part of it is the growth and role that he's been given. Like Doc talks about all the time, the responsibility he gives Shake off the bench as the guy who has the ball in his hands leading that group. What in the hell was that? Did y'all see what Tyrese Halliburton just did?
I'm not sure.
The ball got blocked into the backboard, and then he grabbed it off the backboard and like somehow got it in. I don't even understand what I just witnessed.
Oh, well, Aram says he is a Mavs fan. I didn't know that. That's really cool.
So
why are you watching us? Why are you watching us on the Sixers chat? I want to know, Aram. Tell us why. That's really cool.
Luka's like one of my 2 or 3 favorite players in the league to watch by far. He's my fan. He's like I'm in a very hardcore. I always call it the most hardcore fantasy basketball dynasty league in North America is what I like to call it. It's been going on for like 12, 13 years.
Damn.
And Luka, a couple of years ago I stunk, so I got a high pick and I went high on Luka in like the 4th round, just basically willing to tank a year. So I've watched more of Mavs games than any other team other than the Sixers. And like what Justin said earlier, they really do miss Seth Curry. Like it is evident how much they miss Seth Curry, and they need like a point guard who can shoot the ball, who they can just dish it to on catch and shoots, who doesn't need to be the main primary ball handler. And Seth Curry is just the perfect guy for that, as he's showing with Ben Simmons on the Sixers.
Yeah. And it helps when Danny Green and Seth Curry are hitting shots. I mean, but when those two are hitting shots for the Sixers, they are night and day. And day, a different team. And they have been lately. You look at their stats, they're roughly 40% from 3 and in the catch and shoot from 3 over the last 10, 15 games. So we got Furcon checking in here. CJ says Shake is awake. I like that. Shake is awake. I like that a lot.
It does, yeah. Sometimes it does seem like he's a little bit asleep out there. He blends. It's he can be one of those players where you're like, oh, Shake Milton's been out there for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I didn't even realize it.
Well, that's how he plays, I think. But I mean, Shake is also really good off the ball. So it's been, but the catch and shoot is like the one mystery to me. I mean,
yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, he is a way better shooter than we've seen this year.
And we talked about the coming into the season dives when we were talking about his numbers in college, his numbers in the G League, his numbers in the NBA, like consistently been in like the high percentiles of like in the league of catch and shoot shooting. And all of a sudden that's just dropped off like crazy. The past like month and a half, really. It's just like, well, I don't know what's up with him in that area. Because typically he like last year, one of the best things that we noticed about him was that even coming off the bench, he was always the hot hand in the corner if you were passing out to him.
BetRivers commercial on the Sixers game.
Oh yeah, should we roll the commercial?
yeah, good time.
Should we roll it?
Product placement.
How about a word? How about a little word from our sponsor? Hey, what's up, guys? March Madness is here. The NBA and NHL are both in full swing. Baseball opening day is coming up, while we here at the Painted Lines are devoted to bringing you top-notch content from all the major sports. We are excited to also now give you the opportunity to cash in on all that content and knowledge. If you follow the link below, you will have the opportunity to sign up with BetRivers, an online sportsbook, and get an instant new user deposit match of up to $250. That's free money that you can use and try to turn into more free money. Let's go. Don't sit there and waste all that money. Turn every basket into an otherwise meaningless Cavs-Timberwolves matchup on a random Wednesday in March. That makes it all the more exciting. For betting tips and advice, be sure to check out written content from our top prognosticator, Money Max, on our website at thepaintedlines.com, or check out the Tough Cover podcast right here on the Painted Lines YouTube channel. You've seen the commercials all over TV and radio, but now is the time. Sign up today with BetRivers using the link below and start cashing in on your love for sports. Using the link below will automatically inform BetRivers that TPL sent you, and you'll get that new user deposit match of up to $250. Don't miss out on this opportunity for some free money, baby. Free money, baby.
Dibes thinks he's cool. So here's the thing, everybody. So Dibes was like, I need to do that ad read because he thought he was better than everybody else at it. But he was like, listen, I need to do that. So don't anybody try to sit here and act like they want to, because I won't. So I just want to make sure that was clear that is what Dibes wanted there.
100%.
In other free money news, I believe Ohio is about to win and bring me to 4-0 on my gambling.
Yeah!
Who are they playing?
They're playing the defending champion Virginia Cavaliers.
No, that's not good for my bracket. That's not good.
Up 7 with 33 seconds to go. My little brother this is his first year he's doing the bracket. He's currently in the room jumping around because he picked Ohio to the Sweet 16 based on the Bobcat. Their mascot's the Bobcats. So he went with the Bobcats.
That's so funny.
Dunder, I could promise you right now, I hope you're kidding, because I am. Oh, he did. Oh, I clicked on it. He is kidding. He said Justin is salty. No, I personally would not want to do the ad read. I think Dibes got that energy in his voice. Dibes has that Seinfeld like.
You better take this back, Steven. Take it back, please. That guy is my enemy, man. Please do
I can't stand. Someone needs to put him in a home.
Then we're not even going to put his name up on the. We're not even going to put his name there. We're not even.
I can't stand.
I cannot stand that guy.
Sacramento can't get anything to fall.
So we got people saying stuff about the commercial. Dunder says, "Shoot, they got commercials now." Steven says, "Look at TPL drumming in advertising revenue." Dunder says, "TPL getting their money." Nasty says, "Oh snap, we got ads now. The Painted Lines on the come up." Listen, we hope.
Someone had a comment about the Kings that I wanted to bring up. I don't know if this is my friend. I have a friend named Dan Johnson. He doesn't go by Daniel, so that could just be a different Daniel Johnson. But he said, first time, long time. If Sacramento could land Mobley in the draft, his team is cooking with gas. A Fox, Halliburton, Mobley core would be awesome. For anyone who watched USC today, Evan Mobley looked awesome. I don't know what he ended up with, but especially on the defensive end, that guy looks like every bit of the top 3 NBA draft prospect he is projected to be. And Sacramento clearly needs some interior defense, and Evan Mobley, it seems like he'd be the perfect guy to bring it. I don't think they're bad enough to be really – I mean, the lotteries, obviously, they smoothed the lottery odds, so they could get a top 3 pick, but I don't think they're bottom 3 records. I'd have to look.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, make sure if you haven't already, like the video.
Yeah, please like the video.
So I do. I'm sorry. I'll wait till you're done. My bad.
No, I was just gonna read some comments. Go ahead, man.
Oh no, I was gonna say. I want to make sure I explain to people who are watching like what liking and like commenting and doing that kind of stuff does, because sometimes I think people who watch YouTube, they don't really understand how much that really does. It's not just like we see if people like the video, if they like the content we're producing. It also helps put us on recommendation pages and higher up in the search bar. If someone searches Sixers and the title of our video is Sixers versus Kings, when people type in Sixers, if we have our videos liked a lot more or more comments or more interaction in general, there's a better chance of us popping up on other people's pages who aren't already subscribed to us or who are already watching our videos. So we really appreciate it. If you do not already consistently like our videos, please consistently do it. It really helps. If you're not consistently down in the comment section after live streams or when videos in general are posted, please go back after a live stream, go comment, tell us how you felt about the live stream. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us about the Sixers or the Eagles, and whatever the live stream's about. Talk to us about it, because I promise you, I go back and I read them on my personal account. I know Dibes goes back there sometimes and looks at it. So definitely go comment and like videos. If you do not already, turn on the post notifications, because we have an insane amount of live streams going on basically every day, and sometimes they're very, very impromptu. So definitely go and turn those on so you always know when videos are getting posted, so you can go and like and comment those videos.
Or sometimes you'll be in a stream and someone else will end it, and someone else has to create it, so you have to get the post to go into the new one.
Who was that? Was that
No, I'm just joking. No, that was actually that was a sources. That was about sources.
I'm on to something here, guys. I am on to something.
What?
I'm like Tobias Harris is cooking right now. He's got 21 points, 9 of 13 from the field, and I'm like wondering if he's ever scored 40 points or more in his career.
I don't think he has.
I think it's. I thought I saw before that it might be like 39. That could be Ben Simmons though.
No, Ben scored over 40.
Oh yeah, against Utah. Yeah, I think I'm thinking about the pre-Utah.
I am into 2016 right now, and I have not seen a 40-point game.
Just look up his career high.
It says 39 in 2019 against Portland, or 2018 against Portland, December.
Wow. Could we get our first 40 burger from Tobias Harris tonight? That'd be really fun.
I can tell you right now, if the Sixers are up by this much going into the fourth, I have a strong feeling he's not even going to play enough to be able to score that, because we got a big West Coast series coming, and if Joel's not going to be playing and Seth might be out as well, there's a very good chance that Tobias is going to have to be playing a lot of minutes coming in on that road trip. So no, I would not be surprised if he tries to get him on the bench as fast as he can if we're up by that much.
I have a question for you guys. Are we worried that Ben's not going to play tomorrow?
If he's probable tonight, I would assume he probably honestly just had some soreness. Like they said soreness. It's not like it's like a legit soreness could mean he literally had a workout and he was just like afterwards he was sore, and they think this game's an easy win, or they once again they have a long road stretch and Joel and Seth are both out, so they might just want to give him some rest beforehand.
True.
Right. My gosh.
I think he's probably fine.
Sixers end the half here shooting 60% from the floor. They're up 21 points, 73 to 52, 8 of 13 from three, which is 61%. My goodness, man. Just you look at De'Aaron Fox, only 9 points in 18 minutes tonight. They have really been able to hold him down. Matisse Thybulle is 5 points. He's got a 3-pointer there. 7 boards for Matisse. But this is the Tobias Harris game, man. The Tobias Harris game, he's got 23 points plus 16, 2 of 3 from 3, 9 of 13 from the floor, 0 turnovers. The Sixers do not have Seth Curry, Joel Embiid, and Ben Simmons in the starting lineup.
Wow.
The starting lineup has 1 total turnover tonight. That is absolutely outstanding. and speaks volumes to the system Doc Rivers has implemented. What's some of your guys' top takeaways? I'm going to go to the bathroom, make a drink.
My top takeaway right now is that Virginia is down 3 points with 4 seconds left. They made a crazy comeback. They were down 8 with 30 seconds left.
Yes.
So they are. I think Ohio has one more free throw to shoot. If they miss it, Virginia will have a chance to tie it up, to send it to the overtime. Someone said Matisse Thybulle. When does his contract come up? We just drafted him.
Yeah, he's got some time. So
3 more years, right? Assuming you take assuming that the 5th-year option was picked up.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he's either not going to be on the team soon, or
that could be true, yeah.
Or he's going to be a guy that's here for a long time. I personally hope he's here for a long time. Matisse Thybulle has been one of my favorite players to ever play on this team. I personally, I used to love TJ McConnell. I like him more than TJ McConnell.
Me too.
Like energy wise, like the energy he brings on the bench, energy he brings when he's playing, the energy he brings as a person, like in general, like off the court, and also the fact that he does my favorite thing to watch in NBA basketball, and that is play some spectacular defense. That's why Ben Simmons has been my favorite player for the Sixers for a long since really the past like 2 years ago when he started actually trying on defense. And so I love Tease. I hope he's here for a while, and he really is a willing 3-point shot away from being a starter in this league. Like he's legitimate. If he can put up more shots and can make it at even like a 36, 37% rate, he's a starter in this league easily, just based off his defense alone.
I'm just curious what Lou Dort stats look like, because they're obviously a little bit similar players. I'm just curious how much more willing he is to shoot. He's obviously on a terrible team, so you get the opportunity to kind of try things out in your game a little bit more. But yeah, wow, Lou Dort's taking 6 threes per game. Wow, that's not what I expected.
That doesn't necessarily surprise me though. I mean, they don't like in the guard spot at least. He plays shooting guard for them, correct?
Yeah.
So like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doesn't. Like he would probably be taking a lot of those threes typically at that spot when they have Chris Paul or Russell Westbrook there, but because he's playing the point guard pretty much, it makes sense.
All right, guys, you know what time it is. Here we go.
I'm ready.
All right, guys. We are now about to play Name That Sixer, the game where you name that Sixer. And tonight, we are not doing that at all. We are doing something completely different, and we're going to do something that'll be a little more fun because we have 2 people here. It'll be Mark versus Justin. We are doing best sports movies. I give you a photo.
Oh, yeah. You're screwed, Mark.
That's probably true.
You are screwed.
Guys, in the comment section, if whoever gets it first, Justin, Mark, commenting, whoever gets it first gets 10,000 points per correct guess and a free subscription to thepaintanalyze.com. Here we go, guys. 3, 2.
Wait, real quick. Sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Mark, we have to put the thing on full screen so we can't see the comments.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because the comments will spoil it.
I got you. There we go.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
So are we saying the name of that specific character in the movie?
No, just movie.
Oh, Little Giants.
All right, 1-0.
I didn't know that one, I'm going to be honest.
1-0 to Mark. Here we go. Next question.
Miracle.
Oh, baby. Justin's getting murderballed here.
See, okay.
Go
ahead. Go ahead.
I love this movie so much. But here we go. Roll it on. Name that movie.
Is it Speed or Crash? Oh, no, wait. Crash.
How old is that movie?
It's very new.
I feel like you're lying to me.
Nope.
This is very new.
That is both wrong. Speed and Crash. Yeah, I don't know.
You're right on it, Mark. You're right on it.
Oh man.
Turbo. Crush.
Oh man, I collide, crash. Like. Oh man,
I'm fast. Fast car.
I'm waiting for the comments. I'm gonna wait for the comments. No one's got it.
I have no idea what that is. I'm just gonna look up Chris Hemsworth.
Yes, yeah. Oh man, I know the movie. As soon as you say it, I'm gonna be so frustrated.
The correct answer is we're not getting any comments. Rush.
Right.
Oh, I almost said no. I definitely did not almost say that.
All right, here we go.
Moneyball.
Oh my God, money. Yeah, you ass. You ass. I was about to say it.
Raging Bull.
Oh my God.
I know what the next one is.
We have
same.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
You want to hear a funny fact? Someone's calling.
I believe that's my house phone, which I don't think I've heard ring in about 5 years. That's unbelievable.
I went to a Comic-Con and interviewed him.
You what?
I went to a
I can't hear you over the house phone.
I know. I don't know where it is. I'd turn it off.
I muted Mark.
All right. Little fun fact. I actually went to a Comic-Con and interviewed him in Philly. And we talked about Rookie of the Year. And he has his own band. And then we talked about American Pie as well. It was really, really
cool. This movie growing up was one of my favorite movies. Like I played baseball and I pitched for a while growing up. And so this was like my all-time favorite movie. I'm like, can this happen to me? Can I like hurt my arm and all of a sudden I can throw 100 miles an hour, please?
Yeah, that's an all-time movie for me too. That's like when I hadn't seen it in a really long time, and my girlfriend had never seen it. So recently we went back and watched it, and I was so nervous that it was going to be like terrible. And it's definitely like hokey. It's a kids movie, but
it holds up a little bit though.
It's a fun watch. It's a fun watch. The pitching coach, he's an all-time character.
All time.
I hated the dad or stepdad.
All-time heel. All-time heel, that guy. That's a wrestling term for bad guy, by the way.
Rookie of the Year. And I'm trying to think who. I think it's Chris something.
What are you trying to think of?
Who not the pitching coach.
Oh my God, funny as hell. Was that the guy?
He plays one of like the mayor in Schitt's Creek, and is
that's
absolutely hilarious.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
If you haven't seen Rookie of the Year, I recommend it. And if you do watch it, watch out for that character because that character is hilarious.
No, it's not Gary Busey.
No. It's a tall, skinny dude.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, let's roll.
It's all right.
Gary Busey's The Rocket.
Yep. Name that movie.
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
Man, you're getting owned, Justin.
Dude, some of these pictures I've never seen before. I just saw Permian, and I was about to say Friday Night Lights, and you beat me to it.
All right, here we go. Let's roll on.
Oh, the replacement.
Shit. I knew it too. Fucking Flacco, right?
This is
Falco.
This is
Falco.
Words are hard today.
Let's go Bulls.
Words are hard. I can't say them fast. I like try to say them fast. It's but word vomit.
Bill Murray, ultimate teammate in that movie.
But he doesn't play defense. He does not play defense.
So not the ultimate teammate. Not the ultimate teammate.
He's the James Harden of Looney Tunes.
Oh, that's me. James plays defense now.
All right.
Come on. Creed.
Which one?
It's the second one.
Right.
No, it's the first. Oh, wait. It's Drago. It's Drago.
Definitely Drago. It's Creed 2.
I thought it looked like Ricky Conlon for a second.
All right. So that is it, everyone.
I lost big time.
Thank you, everyone, for playing Name That Sixer. the game where you name that Sixer. Winner today goes to Mark, the host of the Tough Cover podcast. Be sure to check him out on Twitter at @MarkHenryJr_. He wins 1,000 billion TPL points, a free subscription to the Panelines.com. Tell him what he wins, Mark. Here we go. All right, guys. Thanks for playing. I'm going to shut up now, and now we're done. Where is Miracle? He did Miracle. You missed it, bro. Oh, Mighty Ducks. God, I cannot.
I was looking for Remember the Titans and my favorite movies or Coach Carter's, the stuff like that. And you had nothing. I was like, come on, man.
Steven,
Coach Carter's overrated.
That's my top 3. That's in my top 3 right there. White Man Can't Jump. I love that.
You don't like Coach Carter?
It's just the basketball version of Remember the Titans, and it's not as good or original. I like Glory Road more than I like Coach Carter. Maybe because it's about a real thing.
It's good. It's not great.
Coach Carter was about a real thing.
Really? Was it?
Yeah. All those movies were based on true stories.
I knew Glory Road. I didn't know Coach Carter was a true story.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the Ben Affleck one? And it was like No Way Back.
I haven't yet.
It's really good, really well done.
I'm sure it is.
Not a movie about basketball at all. But
yeah.
It's about a guy recovering alcoholic and his journey of self-discovery and coming back to just coming to grips with what happened. And I'm not going to spoil what that is, but it's a really well done movie. I think it's called No Way Back. Has anybody seen it in the comments? I'm going to look that up. Hold on a second.
Draft Day is legitimately one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, and I think the ratings for it, the ratings for it online are actually people enjoyed that movie.
Draft Day.
And Draft Day with Kevin Costner.
I love that movie.
I as someone who is obsessed with the NFL draft, I was so excited for that movie, and then when I had to watch Jennifer Garner and Kevin Costner talk about their pregnancy situation on the day of the NFL draft with the capologist and the GM, it was that was the most clumsy love interest I've ever seen in a movie. I don't know.
I loved it. Ben Butler says No Way Back was good. The Way Back. Check it out. I'm getting it confused with the title of Spider-Man 3, which I think is No Way Home. So
Far From Home.
I do a lot of Marvel podcasts here.
Far From Home, Spider-Man 3.
You had Far From Home, and then Spider-Man 3 will be No Way Home, I believe.
Oh, Spider-Man 2 was. Oh, cool. Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't. I shouldn't question you on Marvel. I can't believe I just did that.
You better not be questioning Chris on that stuff.
I mean,
guys, I'm having an emergency right now. I can't find my chapstick.
I'm a Spider-Man guy, Dives. I'm a Spider-Man, Batman guy. That's kind of. I like Guardians.
Spider-Man's still Marvel.
Huh?
I like Guardians a lot, but the Spider-Man comics was what I grew up on. So that's the one that I really am into with the villains. Man,
we just did a pod on ranking our most anticipated MCU projects, and Spider-Man 3 was my number one.
I'm assuming isn't that the one? There's rumors that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are doing stuff in it.
There's rumors that he signed the contract. Yep.
That's crazy. That's interesting.
It's gonna be
Toby or Andrew?
All right, game's back on.
Real quick, I just want to say that Tom Holland is my personal favorite Spider-Man.
I totally agree. He's terrific.
I think he's the right age. He probably isn't the right age, but he looks like he's the right age too. So
he's only 22, 23. He's not very old.
Yeah.
It would be for Christian Grey.
Excuse me? Ben said not finding chapstick is not a crisis, Justin. It's a crisis for me, not because of what Dibes said, but because I went on a run earlier today and it was just cold enough that my lip got chapped. So literally before we went on the live stream today, I just got back from it was mid 50s here, so I went on a run, and then we have was it the ROTC? You guys know? I don't know if everyone knows what ROTC is. I know you guys might, but we have people from different countries watching this. So basically, it's a military it's a military like a club organization. I don't know how you describe it exactly, but basically, it's to prep you for when you go into the military. In college and high schools have it as well, but they have a like setup, like a course setup outside my dorm. And so I was like doing like pull-ups and stuff like that on the bars. So I was like I just got sweaty and it was cold enough that my lips got chapped and basically couldn't find the chapstick. And it was a very big emergency.
That was riveting, Justin.
Okay. I'm sorry that I got off track there. This is how my brain works. Okay. This is why like I have a hard time speaking sometimes.
First world problems or whatever you want to call it. All right.
Yep. First
All
world
right,
problems, man.
Ohio beat Virginia. Maryland beat UConn.
Nice.
Looks like Oklahoma's beating Missouri.
I wanted Maryland to beat UConn. Oklahoma, I have beaten Missouri, and Virginia sucks. I hate them now. And one of my friends goes to Virginia, so I'm gonna yell at him later.
Missouri's my first loss of the day.
No. How about this question? Who is the better Toby? Tobias Harris or Toby Maguire?
I'm going Harris all day. Maguire ain't dropping 39. I've heard Toby Maguire's. I've heard he's not very versatile on defense. He's not very switchable. He's kind of a bit of a chucker.
He's not very good at dancing or playing the flute or like when he goes emo. You never go. Full
Are we talking about? I don't know who we're talking about. I'm gonna be honest.
But I mean, he's the OG. He's the OG. I mean, as much as I love Tobias Harris, man, Spider-Man 2 is right up there with Into the Spider-Verse as two of my all-time favorite superhero films. Period.
Bro, when I tell you I had no idea we were talking about Spider-Man still, I was like, what the I'm like, what basketball player are we talking about right now? No, I know Toby Maguire is. I was trying to think of an old basketball player that I couldn't think of. I was like, what the hell?
That's great.
Toby Maguire was. I used to love those movies. Those movies used to scare me as a kid. Mind you, I was like a kid. Like when those came out, because I'm on. How old are you, Mark? If you don't mind,
I am. No problem. I just had to think about it real quick before I answered. I'm 25.
Okay, so you're not that much older than me, but Dives is an old man. So Dives knows that the movies that he watched when he was in high school or middle school, I wasn't even born yet. So I'm an old soul. I've seen most old movies. Most of my favorite things are from the 90s. I agree. Most of my favorite things are from the early 2000s.
That's fair too. Like
I was born in 99.
Early 2000s. The first thing that pops in my head is like The Rock and WWF and Blink 182 in music. First
thing that pops into my head is Indiana Jones, Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's early 2000s for sure.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Men
in Black.
He went movies. I was just thinking early 2000s in general.
That's what I watched. Like I loved watching movies growing up. And oh my goodness, I can't think of what the movies are called. What did I say? I said Men in Black, right? And then what's the other? My goodness, they just came out with a recent movie. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. What was the cop movie? Bad Boys. Yes, all those movies are the ones that like I watched when I was like elementary school with my dad, and I loved them.
I mean,
and remember the Titans.
I mean, you're missing the best movie that owned me during that time period.
What?
And still to this day, probably top 3.
What?
For me? Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh well, yeah, those are good too. I couldn't follow those as well when I was younger. When I was younger, I had a hard time.
Not be popular. I have an unpopular take.
Steven looks Dives' age. Does anyone agree that music went downhill? I fully agree with that. What's your hot take, dude?
I don't like the Lord of the Rings. I don't know. It's not for me. I don't think. Yeah. I don't.
Dibs is a big lore guy though. Dibs loves that shit.
I liked Game of Thrones, so I can't say that I've never
What's
seen
the
anything
difference?
like that. I've only seen. So I think I don't know which one I saw at college. I walked into my buddy's room and he was watching one. Like, and it was like 5 minutes in, and I watched it, and we watched it for 2 hours. It just felt like they were like, I don't know, marching places the whole time, and
Oh my God.
I don't know. I was just pretty bored. I don't know. It's not an educated take or anything. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings. My top 3 favorite movies of all time are Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, and
Forrest Gump. That's a good one.
One dropped out of my head right before I was about to say The Departed.
Part is good.
Those would be my top 3. Pulp Fiction's by far number 1 though. I'm obsessed with Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction's amazing.
You know what's funny, real quick about Forrest Gump that you were saying is like I loved that movie growing up, but I didn't realize all of the innuendos and all of, like the bad stuff that was going on in that movie until I watched it again when I was older.
It's fantastic. The history in it's unbelievable.
I watched it in middle school and I was like, oh, I like this movie. I watched it in high school. I was like, okay, it's very there's a lot going on here. And then I watched it in college and I was like, oh my God. like the amount of things that are talked about and like subtleties in it. I'm like, no wonder this thing got like so much hype out of it. Like so much going on in one movie.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump won Best Picture the same year Pulp Fiction and Shawshank Redemption were released.
So I have never seen Pulp Fiction.
Oh my God. Dude, the dialogue, it's one of the best dialogue scripts ever. It is so good.
I quote it 5 to 10 times a day. I have like 4 or 5 pieces of merch relating to it.
Like,
I'm like a complete nerd about it.
1,000 films have taken lines from that movie.
Oh yeah.
Like since then.
So does that make me a bad person that I haven't seen that?
No, you just have to watch it ASAP. The first time I saw it, I was in college. The first time I saw Pulp Fiction, I was in college. So I would have saw it around your age.
Yeah, it is really good. I'm a big Tarantino fan.
Me too.
But it's definitely his best film.
Did you like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Well, I didn't. I
liked it a lot.
I don't even know what that is.
It was incredibly boring. I didn't get the love for it. I didn't get it.
I liked it a lot. To me, I thought that Tarantino was taking pieces of all of his different movies and kind of putting them into one. This is for a different podcast. I should stop nerding out over Tarantino and Pulp Fiction. But
this is what we do.
Yeah.
I have a question.
That's what we do when we're up 25.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
we can talk about Tobias Harris for 40 more minutes, but
yeah.
We got a whole post game to talk about our afterthoughts about these men.
By the way, Steven says he's never seen Star Wars. Oh, until like 30 years after. All right. Star Wars is like my shit, man. That is absolutely my shit. So
I still haven't seen The Godfather, to be real.
Yeah,
I've seen The Godfather. It's not like it's amazing. Like I get that the acting is incredible and like there's the music behind it. Like there's just everything. The writing's very good. I think I'm just mafia'd out. Like I think I've consumed enough mafia content in my life at this point. Like I say that The Departed is a top 3 movie for me, but I guess it's different because it's like the Irish mob. I don't know.
Did you see The Irishman?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That was awesome, right? I liked it a lot.
It was long. It was long. I thought it was
like that was awesome, right? I liked it a lot.
I thought there was a lot of good. I thought there was a lot of good about it. I would probably have given it like a 7.5 out of 10. I thought that there was a lot of good about it. I would have cut off like an hour, and maybe not had Robert De Niro like CGI beating someone up and curb stomping them, looking terrible. But yeah, I liked it.
This is me, Dunder Dude. I have never seen an episode of The Office.
It's overrated.
Overrated. Yeah, I've seen it, but if you don't like, first of all, you need to watch it from the beginning to understand what's happening. And also it's a lot of like dry humor.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a lot of like like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely funny moments in it. And if you know the characters, then it's good, I think. But if you don't understand what's happening halfway through, you're not gonna. It's not as good.
As someone who watched it live, like The Office was one of those shows that I was like waiting till Thursday night to watch it live at 9 p.m. I loved it when it was on. The not to be a hipster, every basic like person out there that like gets into The Office 10 years after it got taken off TV, it annoys me personally. I don't know if that makes me a hipster, but I don't think it's anywhere in the class of like a Scrubs or a How I Met Your Mother or a Parks and Recreation or any of the like Seinfeld or like the GOAT sitcoms. What's
your guys' feelings on Big Bang Theory and Friends?
I think Big Bang Theory is like my least favorite show that's ever been on television. That's
really?
Yeah, I really
I like Big Bang Theory.
Sixers are rolling here.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
DG just hit a 3 here. We're up 33 points.
Shake Milton, 6 for 13 right now.
Yeah, he's had a really good third quarter here.
I have a question for you guys. It's very, very important.
Oh God.
So lately I have had conversations with people who aren't fans or not aren't fans, but haven't like watched all of Marvel, and they've consistently told me that Marvel movies are they're like, if you're talking about general like cinema, they're not like
Martin Scorsese. Here we go.
Great. They're not great cinema, but they're good action movies. What are your guys' thoughts about Martin Scorsese? And that's exactly what it is. And that's what they said. They're like, they live by that, what that man said, I guess. So what are your thoughts on that? Because I'm curious.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, a really big movie just came out. Well, again, for the third time, Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is probably the most divisive movie of all time, right up there with Batman versus Superman. I am the movie guy that you could love a movie, you can hate a movie. I don't give a shit. Just don't be toxic about it. Like, respect other people's opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel movies are so good because it's led by a guy named Kevin Feige, who's just a masterclass in storyboarding and long-term character arcs, that he's got just character arcs building when you don't even know it. And if you haven't seen, I'm guessing they never saw these movies, but really, truly, after like the phase 2, when it started to kind of click and the MCU started to spread into different genres, like Guardians, like Thor, Ragnarok, like sci-fi, to like fantasy, like all different types of genres. You saw Marvel thrive when it started to address more adult themes. And you saw that especially when they brought on the Russo brothers. The Russo brothers was the single biggest game changer for the MCU. That's the guy who did Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It's my personal favorite MCU movie. If those people haven't seen The Winter Soldier, I'm guessing they never saw it, because that's a more political spy thriller than superhero film. And if you have seen WandaVision, and if you have seen the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, these are series that are addressing very adult issues: grief, isolation, guilt, the loss of a loved one, overcoming trauma. These are major issues that race. The new series is tackling race. These are major issues that the Marvel is addressing, and they're just missing the boat.
No, and I don't disagree with that at all. And the comment, and yes, most of the people that I've talked about this have just said they're just not big like superhero movie fans. Like, they just didn't grow up watching that kind of stuff. And I'm like, no, I get that. I'm like, if you didn't grow up watching this kind of stuff, it makes sense to me why maybe you wouldn't have watched most of the movies, and you just wouldn't get them when you did watch them at that point. But for me personally, and I know the same thing with you, Dives, I'm not sure about you, Mark, but I'm going to assume maybe. Like, I grew up watching superhero movies. Like, I grew up watching Disney. Like, that was my shit. And so, like, that is like I've always loved the idea of superheroes. And like, I actually loved the first movie that they came out with Marvel, like the introduction of the superheroes, and I was like always so excited to see the next movie, to see whether or not they were gonna like give out, like, 'cause I didn't know about the whole MCU growing up. I just knew that they released movies and like with backstories on superheroes, and they were cool as shit to me. And so once I got older and I saw like the whole MCU stuff come out and like the whole universe and like the storylines, I was like, oh my god, because I didn't grow up reading comics at all. So like I don't know.
No, go ahead.
No,
So
I was gonna say that's like I fell in love with the movies, not necessarily the comic books and then the movies.
So I have kind of an analogy to talk about what you were talking about in terms of like the Scorsese comments. I'm not even as well versed in what those comments were. I just saw like the Cliff Notes versions on Twitter and just seeing kind of the basic, just disrespecting those types of movies in regards to his types of movies and stuff. But I have an analogy for something I follow that I think also gets unfairly treated sometimes, which is professional wrestling. I am a professional wrestling fan. And I think there's a lot of corollaries between the two in terms of how people look at them from the outside of the community. So I would say that this goes for both movies and professional wrestling. One of the most important things is an antagonist in a movie or something like that, or any story, a book, whatever it may be.
Oh.
And the best type of antagonist is one that thinks they're right and one that has morals that are maybe even correct. And when you look at Marvel and you look at a movie like Black Panther, where the bad guy, I ended up like kind of rooting for Michael B. I also love Michael B. Jordan, but I ended up kind of rooting for Michael B. Jordan by the end of the movie because he's kind of right.
Do you hear the rumors that they're rebooting Superman and he's in talks of becoming the next Superman?
That's interesting. I love Michael B. He's the absolute man. I think he's great. And then even Thanos. Thanos is of the same. He's kind of right. Like they're both kind of right, and they're not going about it the right way. But you can understand that they're not just some crazy, like some villain who's just out to screw up the world. Like the Joker said, he's not. They don't want to just watch the world burn, but they have morals and like a code. And I just think that there's a lot of layers to Marvel movies, which that proves. If Marvel was as simple-minded as Martin Scorsese, I'm assuming, thinks it is, these villains wouldn't be so multi-layered and so multifaceted in their character.
Yeah, well said, well said. And Marvel is actually kind of known for not having the best villains, and they've really done a good job lately of producing really strong villains like Hela, like Thanos. Bucky was awesome in The Winter Soldier.
Oh my god, dude, that movie was so
intense.
Like, dude, Captain America and the Winter Soldier so I want to be honest, I've watched every single Marvel movie, I don't even know how many times, but like the Winter Soldier one is always one I can go back to and it doesn't get old to me.
Yeah.
Like and there's not a lot of, there's certain movies, like I don't think I've watched the second Thor movie ever after seeing it for the first time. Like there's just certain movies that I'm just not a huge fan of, but that one specifically is one I can watch back a lot.
We did a versus series where we on my other podcast, Suit Up Geeks, we do a versus series where we pit two of the best films of a genre or category against each other. And for the MCU, we did Infinity War versus the Winter Soldier at the time. And I was a Winter Soldier fan. It just barely squeaked past Infinity War for me. Nice little bucket by Tyrese Maxey. Love to see that. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the industry of Hollywood right now. Like the name of the game is, as an actor, is get into a superhero film. And I respect Martin Scorsese so much. He's probably the best director of all time. He's that good. And he's just wrong.
Yeah. Another movie question, I guess. Are you guys big horror movie people or no?
My favorite genre, man. Let's go.
Yeah, really? I love horror. I'm a big horror movie guy.
I'm a wimp. I'm a wimp.
So we do these movie drafts. Justin will test it. Like we do these movie drafts. We did like a fantasy football style draft where we all have like 10 people and we pick movies, and like 5 movies or 5 TV shows per person, and we throw it on Twitter for who has the best team of movies and TV shows. So we did a horror one too. We did TV shows, we did horror, we did superhero, we did DC comic movies and TV series, we did sports movies, we've done a lot of them. And we did what was the one you said? Horror. I actually won that one.
You got to send me it so I can pick my winner. On an unrelated note, Mike Scott just had one of the most mindless turnovers I've ever seen in a basketball game. Like
I just saw it.
He didn't even look before he passed it. I guess that was unbelievable. I can't stand Mike Scott.
I'm waiting to see it. I'm excited to see this mindlessness.
I can't believe how bad Sacramento looks tonight.
Oh, Shake. Come on, man.
That was a very weird. He just like basically threw it to Tyrese Halliburton.
How does this team have 17 wins? Can anybody tell me that, please?
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. How are we up 26 and they just went on a 7-0 run?
This is awesome.
I guess by being up 37.
Mike Scott and Dwight Howard in the game.
I mean, not enough bad things can be said about this Sacramento Kings defense right now.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
It is bad, really bad. Sixers are getting whatever they want. They're shooting no Ben, no Joel, no Seth Curry. They're shooting over 60% from the field here. My goodness. And De'Aaron Fox, 9 points in 25 minutes. He has been an absolute non-factor. Ooh, did Korkmaz airball that? Or just hit the the front of the rim? Anyway, I'm not going to start complaining about Korkmaz.
Dwight with a hell of a putback there.
Dwight took the ball from the other side of the court at one point. Took the ball full court, did a spin move on Hassan Whiteside, did a Euro step to get to the rim, and then bricked it off the backboard. That was funny to me.
Steven says it's not over yet.
This better be over. Oh, my God. If we lose this game, I don't know. I might never come back on one of these if we lose this.
I mean, there's still a whole quarter left.
They were just up 35, though.
Rob says De'Aaron Fox has nightmares about Ben and Matisse. I put a tweet about Ben in 3 games versus De'Aaron Fox, and it's like in 30-some possessions.
Ooh, Dwight.
De'Aaron Fox is shooting like 3 of 13 against Ben, but the math got kind of complicated because Ben played, then Matisse played, but Ben didn't play, and I just went with Ben. But Matisse has also locked down De'Aaron Fox. That was our top storyline heading into this game, Matisse versus De'Aaron Fox. And I'm going to be very excited to look at those matchups tomorrow morning and see what that looks like, because De'Aaron Fox is 3-11 from the field, 25 minutes. He's a negative 28.
Yeah.
But you know who has been the worst, though? Rashawn Holmes, man.
Awful.
Where's his mom at? Someone tweet at his mom because he sucks. 8 points, minus 33, 4 fouls. He has just gotten blown up tonight. So, Dunner dude bringing the fire here. I mean,
Shippensburg's D2. What is that even supposed to be?
I don't. I can't really.
Actually isn't playing right now. They're just going to start playing games. I think in like a week or two, which I'm excited for. They have no fans as of right now, I believe, that are allowed to go watch. But I'm hoping I can go watch because I've got a few friends on the team that I would definitely want to go watch and play. But this, like I said, Shippensburg team is actually like really good. Like they're fun to watch. And it's not like they're a bunch of like 6 foot guys, like a bunch of like 5'11", like 5'9" guys. Like that's like 6'5", like they're like big dudes. Like they can legit play. Keith Pompey tweeted out. He said Matisse Thybulle left with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. And then it said he had 8 points on 3 of 3 shooting to go with 7 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block at a plus 31. Everybody is freaking out in his mentions there, like trying to ask like, is it injury? Is it injury? Like, because he said he left. I think he was just subbed out. I think he was just subbed out though.
Steven
Hashtag misunderstanding tweets flow.
For real.
Yeah, so we talked about this during our pregame show. This is the Kings' 5th game in 6 out of 6 on the road swing. So that's kind of what we were hoping for. I don't know if you want to call it fatigue or slow legs or what, but I mean the Sixers they look like Deshaun Jackson versus like a college defensive back. I mean, it looks they're just running laps around these guys. This is a really bad performance by the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, so real quick about NCAA. my bracket's at 95%.
What?
Yeah, and it's ranked 7,012.
No way.
Is that good? I don't know, but
yeah, my brother's in the same boat at 220.
Yeah. Apparently I'm doing okay. Although Virginia losing that kind of messed me up.
How do you find that out?
You go into your bracket.
Yeah, where does it say that?
Probably in the website.
On the top of the bracket. Yeah, it is on the website.
It's probably not on the app, yeah.
See, but literally Virginia losing like screws me up until the Sweet 16.
Yeah, me too. I had UVA in the Sweet 16, but
I think it's getting an easier route for Gonzaga, though, to be honest.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
It says my percentage is 13.3. Is that good? Oh my!
Yeah, that's great. That's a good one.
13?
Can we trade?
That is laughable.
I also have another bracket that I made. I only made 2. This is the first year I've ever done this, but the other one is like completely different. It's at 71% with 4.3 million ranked. Because in this bracket, I went with a bunch of upsets. Like I put Grand Canyon beating Iowa. I had a bunch of different things in this one.
Grand Canyon hung around. They just couldn't hang with him.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Isaiah Joe is in. Let's get this fourth quarter over with. Got an easy W. Let's move on to 29-13, 19-4 at home. This is a really strong win. Knock on wood for the Sixers here. This has been a very impressive game.
Bro, I better see Paul Reed get some minutes right now. This is like the prime time for Paul Reed to get minutes.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. And what they're gonna put Vincent Poirier out.
Ooh, Tyrese Maxey with a pull-up 3. Let's go.
Okay, let's be honest. Tyrese Maxey, probably the worst basketball player we ever watched, correct?
What?
Least favorite Sixer. Can't play.
Yeah.
Deserves to get traded, right?
I'm actually like, I've been called out a little bit for my Tyrese Maxey love, but
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love him. I love him too.
What do you mean you've been called out a bit?
I'm hesitant on trading him. And
oh my God!
On a piece.
Furkan just hit the side of the backboard. Oof.
I think his ending of I can't talk. Furkan Korkmaz does this thing where he has like 6 or 7 good games and then he has like 15 bad games.
He does.
For my fantasy team, on how it works for weekly fantasy matchups, I don't know if everyone out there plays it differently, but it's by categories. So when on Saturday or Sunday, when you know it's a close matchup and you know you're picking up for certain categories, I'm right now in my matchup, points, threes, and steals are close. And I had 3 free agent acquisitions to pick up. The 3 best options were Danny Green, Furkan Korkmaz, and Matisse Thybulle. So I'm going to check right now to see what those 3 brought me from a points, 3 steal standpoint.
I just
saw how does how does Furkan even do that?
That was so funny. Did you see him like kneeling down like Steph Curry, like it was going in? And I just want to like get that video and like put like a sound effect to do it, like Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum.
Yeah.
I'm just confused how he even did that.
That was really funny.
The
Like,
Dwight
I think
Howard
I
thing
probably
makes
could have been close. I mean, he might be tired, but I don't know. I
Yeah,
was like,
Dwight has a lot of goaltends in this game. A lot.
Yeah, he's frustrating.
he likes getting fake blocks.
Danny Green's been amazing.
I mean, when do we start the conversation of trading Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Seth Curry?
Build around Tony Bradley.
Yes.
Joel's the casualty.
Look at this starting lineup: plus 28, plus 32, plus 29, plus 31, plus 18. Who needs those guys? Let's be real though. Let's talk about it.
Do you see this? You see this?
It's awesome.
Got a cast of my shoe. That's called forensic science right there.
Steven says you are seeing that these young guys are having trouble getting open off the ball. Yeah.
Steven, do you think basketball better than dives?
Is there the one thing all Sixers fans should be watching in this NCAA tournament? Do you guys know what that is? And Steven nailed it. It's shot creators. Sixers need shot creators. And if you're watching the NCAA tournament, I think that's what all people should be watching right now.
For me, I actually am looking a bit more for stretch 4s and 5s. Just because I think in terms of where we're drafting in the draft, it feels like shot creation is an asset that's found at the top of the draft. I know that obviously we picked Maxey in the 20s. You could argue the goal is for him to be able to create shots for him and others. But and Shake Milton, obviously you found him in the second too. But I kind of think what's more likely to find in the back end of the first round is like we were talking about with Toronto. Look at the type of players they found with like Boucher and Pascal. I think sometimes 4s and 5s get underrated a little bit more often than guards do because it's not quite as evident, and it can be impacted in college. Like if you have a bad point guard and you're big, it's kind of hard to really show what you can do sometimes. But I've really been looking at a guy like Kai Jones from Texas. I think he's someone who could step in right away and be a backup 5 to Joel and play 10 to 15 minutes a game and be bouncy on both ends, rim run, and can also shoot a bit from 3. I think he makes a ton of sense.
I think Thunder said, I think we built a team that could be title contenders for 3 years. We didn't do that with the Eagles. I don't want to talk about the E word.
We're not doing that today.
We made the playoffs for 3 straight years. Everyone needs to stop acting like we root for the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. We won a Super Bowl 4 years ago and made the playoffs for 3 straight years. We're bad. We're bad now. It's the cycle of life.
If you promised Rob Lange all the North Carolina draft picks, would he be in on trading JoJo, Toby, and Ben? He might be. He just might be. Him and Mike. I like our young guys, but they are young. Just saying. You're not wrong. Regarding the stretch 4 or 5, like I do feel like it's kind of easier to find that position a little bit. Whether that's overseas or a buyout market or a trade. There are more guys like that out there than guys that can put the ball on the floor and get a bucket.
That's definitely true. I agree with that.
So that's my only take on that. But you're not wrong at all. Like that's like right up there. Better do so. No, we're not.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
I'm sorry.
You clicked on it, you motherfucker. You clicked on it.
I love the Eagles. I love them so much. I want to talk about them. We just did a podcast on them today.
So if you want to hear about the Eagles, go watch that podcast.
By the way, how much am I beating Shane by right now? Let's go check that out.
Well, you got Jalen Darden. The people know. I mean, the people know about Jalen Darden, the wide receiver stud from the North Texas Mean Green.
I'm nearly beating Shane 8-2, like 80%.
Should I go? Am I supposed to go and vote for somebody?
Yeah, me. Vote for me, my team. So me and Shane did a Eagles 7-round mock.
No, I watched some of it. I watched some.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I was giving my hot takes. You know.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts MVP season, and Mac Jones is the next Tom Brady.
Yo, if Mac Jones falls to the second round and the Eagles take him, that might be my time to just say I'm done.
No, Eagles are taking him at 6.
No.
They're gonna pull a Daniel Jones to the Giants, and they're gonna take.
All right. Let's stop with the Eagles talk because this will go on and on and on.
I am completely
man.
kidding. By the way, anybody who thinks I'm serious, you're crazy.
Never mind. I'm not even. I don't think everything's as bleak as everyone else seems to think so.
I mean, if you think Mac Jones is going at 6, you're nuts.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the Eagles situation is not as bleak as everyone's making it out.
Oh no, I disagree. I agree.
In 2015, you would have thought we were 10 years away from competing, and we were 2 from a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Toby.
Get it, Matisse.
Corey Joseph's too small, man. Too small.
What is Danny Green in this game for?
I don't know. He's been awesome for my fantasy team. I said, Doc, yo, man, the reason steals are close. I need some stats from Danny boy.
I've been saying it, man. I've been saying it. Like, when is the time to give Danny Green some love? I know he's kind of hot and cold a little bit, probably too much.
Listen, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Danny Green's fine. Like, Danny Green's not the problem with the Sixers.
You listen to Dylan and Matt McGinty on the Daily Dose. You think he's the worst player ever.
But they're, I respect the hell out of those two. But they're not.
No, I love them too. I'm joking. Joking.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm just joking. I go on there with them, and I argue for Danny Green and yell at the people in the comments who talk negatively about him.
No, I for what he is, I think people need to respect what he does. And I'm telling you, like, he gives me vibes. He gives me vibes that, like, he's gonna make a big play. I know he missed one. He's missed them in the past, but like when I don't know, like, I just see him getting better and better this season.
Pretty sure he made a huge 3 in the finals though against the Heat.
But he had the wide open 3.
Yeah,
and he missed it.
Yeah. People remember what they. Yeah.
How do you spell? You guys know that's a stupid question. You guys know who he is. Joe Giglio is how you spell his last name?
Giglio.
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 Giglio. The only reason I know him is because he gets my dad so worked up. So my dad comes back and talks about him, all upset that he doesn't believe what he's saying, Dad.
So Rob hates that guy. Like, with
yeah.
How do you feel about how?
And he's been like, should we get him on a pod? Should we all that? Oh my god! No way.
I'm so kidding.
We don't have any of those hot takers here.
Oh no, we do not.
I'm really proud. Like, pretty much everybody here is pretty objective, which I love. Like, you're not going to find fluff or narratives or like attention seeking from anyone here, which is, I think, a strength of ours.
I agree. I think it's so much more fun to have conversations about sports in general. Like, I find it so hard. Like, what did I say? I said something on Twitter like weeks ago, and someone like was replying back to what I said, and I was replying back just like giving good conversation, and I was like giving him an argument, and they just did not want to hear the argument at all. Like, they just were saying things that made no sense, and I've gotten good at just ignoring that. Like, I don't care. Like, if I can't have a actual conversation where you respect my opinion, I respect your opinion, and you're giving a legitimate, like, backed up opinion, I can't talk to you about it. It's just like, it gets frustrating with me when people with sports who don't know what the hell they're talking about try to say things.
So my whole take on that is, and this comes from what a pass by Matisse. Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, my whole take on that is, like, don't talk shit about things you don't know. Like, that.
Mm-hmm.
That's, and I'll always be blunt honest. Like, how many times do we'll get comments on here about, so what do you think of this guy from, I don't know, the Toronto Raptors? I'm not going to pretend like I watch Toronto Raptors games.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be like, pretend to be an expert on Toronto Raptors games or players. And I'll be like, so Justin, what do you think? I never pretend to be fake like that. That's not my game. That's when you're in real danger of looking like an idiot. So anyway, that's my like motto with this. Like, this is my niche. Like, I talk about only things. I stay in my lane per se.
Yeah.
There's a reason I don't tweet much about baseball and hockey. It's because basketball, college basketball, and football is definitely where I know what I'm talking about.
Steven,
I had someone
so much.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I had someone at college here I was in the dining hall, and the guy was saying, like, I was talking to somebody about Sixers basketball, and this guy randomly came up. He was wanted to talk about it as well. So he's talking, and he just is saying that, like, some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, I was just like, I literally said, I'm like, do you watch every game? I was like, do you watch it? And he was like, it's like, yeah, I watch it when I can. And I was like, okay. I'm like, I get it. Not everyone can watch every game, whatever. But, like, some of the things he was saying, I was like, I literally just wanted to, like, stop talking to him about it. I was like, this guy has no idea what he's watching. He was saying he was basically a person who all he was saying was that Ben Simmons sucks because he can't shoot. Like, that was basically it was basically like that was his whole argument was Ben Simmons is not a good NBA player because he can't shoot. And
I have a cousin who does it like every day, and it's just.
And in my head, I'm just like, you know how many like there's I don't know, I'm not even, we don't gotta get into it, but like that, like I like kind of just went off and not went off. Okay, went off sounds bad. Not went off, like I didn't get angry, but I just started giving stats and started like giving him explanations and stuff like that, and he ended up just walking away. But like I was just like because part of it was I tried giving him stats and explanations, and then he started trying. He just didn't have a response. It was just like he still sucks. I was like, okay.
I have two. It's unrelated note. I completely agree with everything you said, but on an unrelated note, two things. One question is just questions from my buddies who are watching the game. If Matisse ever turned into Danny Green offensively, if he averaged the same basic things that Danny Green averages over the last couple of years, where does he rank in the NBA as a top what player?
As a top what?
Like, is he a top 50 player? If Matisse Thybulle was as willing of a shooter as Danny Green is with how good his defense is,
he's up there.
Top 50? Hell yeah, he is.
He's up there.
I think so.
Because
if he had Danny Green's offense,
if you just think about it this way, like.
Up there.
Think about how many players are up in in those categories. Like, okay, this is gonna sound stupid because it's not at all the same player, but Kawhi Leonard. Think about early in Kawhi Leonard's career, when he was just like a defensive specialist, basically.
Oh my God! Quick nod to Steven. Like, Bruce Bowen was one of my favorite players. Man,
is that a comp?
Guy?
Is that a good comp?
Bruce Bowen played for the Spurs. He actually played for the Sixers back in the day before he went to the Spurs and became the ultimate 3-and-D player. And if Matisse is Bruce Bowen, I'd be so happy.
And then just an NBA question outside of the Sixers. Karl Towns, I do feel like eventually he's got to be like one of the next superstars that's going to be demanding a trade. So one of the podcasts I was listening to was kind of discussing possible scenarios where he could go. I think Brandon Ingram doesn't really necessarily fit with Zion. I don't know if Cat does either, but who says no to a Cat for Brandon Ingram type swap?
I don't know enough.
Let me think about that. For a little bit. I gotta think about the matchups and how that would fit and if the value and everything. I don't know if the Pelicans would give up BI.
I think
he made some really good passes tonight. I love to see from Matisse on the passing. So
he has.
He's reacting really well to this game.
I'm really trying to think about this. So here's my thing with that trade. One, I would have to look at the money and see how that would work, but
it's got to be pretty close. I imagine they both signed similar maxes.
Yeah, my only thing is I'm trying to think about like how they run offenses and everything like that. I do think Karl-Anthony Towns would fit really well next to Zion.
Yeah, I think the idea of it is a shooting big next to him.
The only thing is defensive. Yeah, and this is what I was going to say. The only thing is defensively, Zion just has not been good.
Mm-hmm. Which is a shame because coming out of college, he was excellent.
And Karl-Anthony Towns is not good either, at least when it comes to low post defending, like actual like post moves and stuff like that. then you have two slow-footed laterally guys in your front court. Both get, I mean, obviously Tobias, my goodness. What the hell? I just lost his name. Zion. Like, obviously, like, Zion plays a lot bigger than he is when it comes, like, height-wise. But I don't know. I just don't know how well that fits based on defensively. Offensively, I think it fits really well. Defensively, I'm not sure.
It's definitely not like a plug-in and it makes perfect sense type fit. But I guess my only rebuttal to that would be like Brandon Ingram's absolutely atrocious on defense too. So it's not like they're like trading some defensive guy.
Team-wise, they're really bad fits because it doesn't really solve both of those issues. They're both really bad.
If you told me Joel Embiid going and playing with the Pelicans, we're talking
about realistic people, yeah.
No, I know, but I'm talking about a guy who can play defense and can play offense. Like, there's other centers out there that can play offense and defense. That's why Steven Adams is a decent fit there because he plays good defense, but also plays good low post offense. So it's just like really realistically, what kind of offense are you running? What kind of defense do you want as well?
I like this comment here by Ben. Matisse is taking the ball out of Fox's hands all game long, player of the game. Is that like not the main takeaway? Like, I cannot wait to wake up and check out the player tracking in the box score and see how Matisse is matched up on De'Aaron Fox and how many possessions, because he's been nothing. De'Aaron Fox has been nothing this game. 5 of 14 from the floor. And that was like our main concern going into this game. With no Ben Simmons, who has locked him down, by the way, the last 3 games. That Matisse versus De'Aaron Fox was the main storyline, main matchup in this game. And I just want to know through the box score, because we're watching the game, we're talking about Marvel, we're talking about stats. It's hard to kind of get a grasp of what exactly, how much possession percentage Matisse has been defending De'Aaron Fox, so I'm really excited to check that out. So other than that, Matisse has been terrific.
De'Aaron Fox is 5 for 14.
Mm-hmm. The biggest thing for me with Matisse isn't even the defense, because I'm at a point where I'm expecting that on a nightly basis. Matisse could go 2 for 4, or even if he misses another one, go 2 for 5 on a nightly basis, even 2 for 6. I'm into that. Like, just let it fire, Matisse. Like, I just never think his shot doesn't look bad enough for him to be as unwilling as he is. I just think he just needs to be a little more willing to shoot the 3, and he has been tonight, which opens things up so much.
All right, guys.
We got Tyrese Maxey in there with Isaiah Joe, Rajon Tucker getting his first minutes with the Sixers. Vincent Poirier is in there as well. I'm really hoping Paul Reed gets in, but it's not looking like it unless Vincent gets tired.
What's Doc's issue with Paul?
I don't think it's an issue. I just think it's, first of all, Poirier's got an NBA contract, and they probably want to try to move him, if anything. So they're probably trying to get him as much run as possible.
Good luck.
Yeah, so anyway.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. We do play the Lakers soon.
Do we really?
Yeah, we do in the next couple games, I believe. At some point, I thought we did a Golden State Lakers Clippers type tour.
Okay.
Yeah, it's happening this weekend.
Yeah.
Next week, I should say.
We will be doing a post-game show coming up here momentarily when the clock hits 0, guys. We're going to end this stream, start a new stream. Luckily, Austin Quayle is not with us. He's not going to end it abruptly like the last freaking time. Love you, Austin. But here we are. Congratulations to Rajon Tucker. Had a strongly successful season with the Blue Coats, getting his first. This is his first minutes, right?
Yep, this is his first minutes since being picked up. He was picked up like right when they went down to the bubble, so he was like fresh going down there with the team. Mm-hmm. I will say, like, regarding Rajon Tucker, real quick, I want to see what this question is first. Hey, I'm just joining the stream, so I hope people have not asked this, but how do you think the Sixers will fare with Joel Embiid out for a while? I think they're going to be okay. I think it with Ben Simmons out, it kind of gets a little bit more treacherous just defensively. It scares you a little bit. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, about what ended up happening this game against the Kings. Ultimately, though, and I've said this to other people, and they've been like, really, you think that? I think in the regular season, you are okay unless a game gets close without Joel.
Yeah.
I think once you get to the postseason is then when it's scary. When the game slows down and you're in the half court, it gets a lot more scary with this team because Joe is just like a force to be reckoned with in the post. And if he's not there in a half court offense, it gets a little tough sometimes. B-Ball Paul is in the game.
Paul.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Yes.
awesome. 44. I like that.
Sorry. What was I saying?
By the way, thanks for joining, Crash. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We
We
got
appreciate
B-Ball Paul. Let's go. Man, that's awesome.
What I was gonna say though is Rajon Tucker. I actually didn't really enjoy watching him play. And I told Jason this a little bit too. Like he's a very like in the Blue Coats offense, the way they used him, he was pretty much a slasher distributor most of the time. And so when he was going in, he was always seeking out contact, and if he wasn't like getting the calls, it was bad. Like he would have like a bad game if he wasn't getting calls. Basically.
Does anybody know what they're chanting right now? Can someone confirm what's going on in this game? Because Dwight Howard is pumping up the crowd.
Hold on.
Another opportunity being provided here by Mr. Woodard, and add try to the order if he misses. Willie, work with us.
Someone's chanting. The fans are chanting something.
Oh well.
It might have been Frosty Freeze out. I hope it's B-Ball Paul.
Was it B-Ball Paul?
No, I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. People love B-Ball Paul, like for real. Like they love Paul. Like it's all like people on Twitter love Paul Reed.
You have to imagine that a good percentage of these people are Sixers Twitter people.
That would be really cool, man. I hope that's true. I can't wait to see the highlights of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
What I was saying though about Rajon Tucker, like there were times where because of how like hardcore of a slasher he is, if he wasn't getting the calls at the rim, he just didn't have great games at that point. He got to the line. He did get to the line a lot, but it just wasn't.
Oh, that was nice.
Sometimes the way he's playing was a disadvantage to the team.
Poirier just blocked someone's soul just now.
B-Ball Paul with a nice little bucket.
Oh, nice. I'm not there yet.
Neither am I.
Ooh. Between the legs, step back. All right. No, you missed. So,
Poirier just hard fouled someone.
Oh, shit.
yeah, there you go. That sums up. I think B-Ball Paul is kind of.
I just saw that between the legs. I was kind of hoping it was going to go in.
I know. It's nice, right?
Yeah. Paul with the Oh,
wait,
yeah.
are the Heat the 4 seed right now?
Get him.
The Heat are all the way up to the 4 seed? Is that what they just showed?
Are they really?
I did not realize.
I'm
I
behind.
knew they were on a run.
I haven't seen whatever you're seeing yet.
Yeah, the Heat are the 4 seed tied with Atlanta.
All right, so it looks like it was B-Ball Paul. Coyle
That's
saying
awesome.
B-Ball Paul. Matt Cord with B-Ball Paul. Oh, man, that makes me
Are you asking?
happy, man. Yeah, Miami Heat are 22-20.
Yes, so are the Hawks.
Weren't they? They were like down and out, man.
Yeah, Jimmy's been unbelievable over the last 3 weeks. I'd have to look at the numbers, but he's been unbelievable. Same with Atlanta. Atlanta's 8-0 in their last 8 since they fired their coach.
Wow.
This is the exact that is the exact top 5 I predicted before the season.
I have a huge bet on Hawks under 37.5 wins. So that's like something I'm tracking all year, and they're at 22. So it's like right on pace to probably hit 38. Sucks.
I said that Atlanta with all the players they got in free agency. I said that they're going to be a top 5 team in the East next year, early this season. So
Trae Young's like my least favorite player in the NBA. So I
hate Trae Young.
I'm biased.
But with the amount of players that they got around him this year, I really did think they were going to be good.
Yeah, Bogdan, Danilo. They signed so many people. Rondo, Chris Dunn, brought in Capella.
Rob Smith says B-Ball Paul wears 44 for his 3-point percentage. I love that comment. That's terrific. B-Ball Paul is better than Sauce Castillo. I mean, that's not.
So wait, they got Frosty and fries. What's the third? What's the third if he misses this one?
Oh, I don't know.
They've missed 2 free throws 3 times. Sacramento.
What does that mean?
There's levels to like the prizes. I forget what the third one is. It might be
Is it like a
nuggets.
spicy chicken?
Yeah, I don't know. It might be. They might be on the hook for some nuggets.
I was about to say I might have to find a Wendy's, but then I remembered the fact that I don't live anywhere close to like the Wendy's that actually are provided.
We have maybe burger in play here. So that's really funny. That is. Oh, Coyle says large fries. That's lame.
That is lame.
Give the people more. People want more than a small or large fry. People want, the spicy chicken or something along those lines.
Yeah, here's what I love. You know, like in years past the people who were supposed to get the crowd hyped up, or it's always been rookies. I love that Dwight Howard, the one that's up on the bench every single time that's happening.
I know, right?
I love the energy.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up here. We're gonna go to our another stream here. And do our post-game show. Please like this video. Head over to our post-game stream. Like that video. We will see you in just a few seconds.